Hi, I'm Jeff Hoffman. This training module is entitled The 7 Keys of Great Leadership. Now, research any successful business and you will find some common threads. One of those common threads is great leadership. Find any successful organization, whether it be a family, a church, a community group, a sports team, and you will find associated with it a great leader. Now, whether you're an agency of 1 or an agency of 100 agents, the success of your agency will be directly affected by your ability to lead. So what makes a great leader? What are the responsibilities of a great leader? Now let me share with you what I call the 7 keys of great leadership. The first key is to create a vision. It has been written that without a vision, people perish. Now most people know that having a clear vision is important, but very few people take the time to really create that vision. And therefore, very few people ever develop great success. So here's a strategy that I've taught to hundreds of people who have used this strategy to get extraordinary results. First, make a commitment to set aside 30 minutes once every week. Now, what you're going to do during that 30 minutes is you're going to take this time to write out your vision. Put those thoughts in your mind onto paper. Now, during this time, I suggest that you take out a clean sheet of paper and write right across the top of that paper, I am so happy and grateful now that I am living my dreams. And right across the top, I am so happy and grateful now that I am living my dreams. Then just write down whatever comes to your mind. Let the thoughts come out of your subconscious mind and flow freely onto the paper. And after you complete this exercise, I'm encouraging you to take 5 minutes each and every day, 5 minutes to read that vision. The purpose here is to keep generating your vision over and over and over until it becomes part of your subconscious mind. The second key of great leadership is to consistently communicate your vision. Since we all know that action goes to where attention flows, it's crucial that you consistently communicate where you are going and why. So let me ask you this. What's your motivation? What do you want to achieve for this vision? Now pause and think about that for a moment. How do you answer those questions? And how do members of your agency answer those 2 questions? Now, I may not know you personally, but I bet you have some pretty powerful reasons and motivations for growing your business. So what are those reasons? You know, asking people what their motivations are, what their reasons are for accomplishing their goals, manifests 2 things. One, it gets the people in your agency fully associated with their vision, what they want to create. And 2, and equally as important, is that it gets you associated with your vision. Now, as you're taking action toward your vision and helping others in your agency move toward their vision, you're likely to encounter some challenges. In fact, challenges are a certainty. Challenges are like waves of the ocean that just keep coming and coming. But what a great leader understands is that they always need to be on alert to solve these problems and make decisions. The third key of great leadership is that you must solve problems and make decisions. A leader must always look for the solution. You can't whine or complain. You can't show doubt or fear. You can't express uncertainty. You have to be solution-oriented. So here are a couple of powerful questions that you can ask yourself and ask others in your agency to keep them focused on solutions. The first question is this, what can I do right now? What can I do right now that makes a difference? Or what actions can I take that will get the results that I want? What activities, what things can I do that will get the results that I want to create in my business? Or how can I make it better? How can I make what's happening right now better? How can I improve it? How can I turn this around? See, by asking those questions, it shifts your focus to solutions. And the more effective you are at shifting your focus on solutions, the more effective you are going to be as a leader. The fourth key is to communicate priorities. Now, we live in a world that's full of distractions. And here's what's true. As long as you're working with people, there are going to constantly be distractions and issues and situations that try to pull your focus away from the things that are most important for building your business. And here's what the great leader knows. The great leader knows that they have to consistently communicate what the priorities are. So what are the high priority activities that matter most? What are the high priority activities that make the greatest difference in getting the results for you and your business? Here's what I believe they are. There's 3 things. These things will inevitably be this. One, prospecting for new leads. You should always be prospecting, focused on prospecting and bringing in new business. Number two is acquiring merchant statements. I mean, that's where all the activity begins, is getting that statement from that merchant. And number three is enrolling new portfolio accounts, closing sales, getting the merchant to come on board with us. These are what I call the dollar productive activities, or those DPAs. So as a leader, always be communicating, consistently communicating, focus on DPAs, those dollar productive activities. The fifth key of great leadership is to focus and concentrate your efforts. Now, find any successful leader and you'll find somebody that has the ability to single-mindedly focus on a purpose or a result that they want to create. If you want to achieve great results, you must always be focused on specific activities that produce results. Now, you will fall short of your goals if you neglect to concentrate and focus. Now, psychologists tell us that our self-esteem, our esteem, how we feel about ourselves, is really tied to one thing, and that is a feeling of being in control. You see, as soon as we feel out of control, our self-esteem, how we feel about ourselves, drops, and then stress increases. And when stress increases, we're woefully unproductive on what we need to do and what we need to get accomplished. See, the best way that you can turn things around and feel confident is to concentrate your efforts on activities that produce results. Focus on the things that you can do, focus on the things that you can control, and we'll feel more confident, more empowered, and we'll help ourselves and our team get those results that make the greatest difference. The sixth key is to set an example for others and be a role model. So what does it mean to be a role model? Well, here's what it means. It means that you behave in a manner that other people, that your agents in your agency want to emulate. It means that you set high standards for yourself. It means that you follow through on what you say you're going to do. So for example, let's say it's important to you to be on time, for a meeting. Well, then you make it a priority to always be on time. So when your team, your agency is looking at you, they know that you're not only saying it's important to be on time, but you're actually living your own advice. And if you say you're going to make 25 calls a day, then make the calls. A mentor of mine once said, and I found this to be quite profound, he said, "Jeff, good advice, poor example, leads to confusion and conflict." And I believe what he meant by that was this, is that if you're going to give advice to others, if you're going to give good advice to others, then you must heed that advice yourself. And finally, the seventh key to great leadership is persistence. As a leader, you must be persistent. You have to go the distance. You can't cut corners. You can't skip steps. You have to run the whole marathon. You have to be willing to pay the price. Calvin Coolidge, our 30th U.S. president, once said this. He said, "Nothing can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. The world is full of unsuccessful people with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education alone will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent." You see, when everything is said and done, the success of your agency, your success that you achieve in Merchant Solutions IQ, the legacy that you will leave in this life for yourself and your family will be directly related to your ability to lead and follow these 7 key principles. This is Jeff Hoffman reminding you to carry the torch high.